the friendships that I've developed, mainly with Angie. It's probably been one of the pleasures of being on the show, I think. Finding sisterhood in this world, just in general, because nowadays people are just not, I feel like people are just different now, even after COVID. It's just like people are just more anxious, they're just more stressed, they're more angry, and people are not looking for friends, and they're not looking to be a friend to the point where it feels like family. And you just don't find that no more. So season 2 and between 2 and 3, where I had to take a step back and reevaluate the situation, because I didn't realize, believe it or not, being on this show, I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't understand that it was going to be so chaotic. I have watched the franchises, like I've watched Nene, I've watched Bethany in the past, but I didn't realize, being on the other side of it, that that's what was actually going on. I was just more entertained by their performance. So that was probably the worst, darkest part, was being called a cult and thinking that my church was a cult, and my little bitty church with my little bitty 300 people in it. And I didn't understand that. I didn't know why that came about of it, but I know where it stemmed from. It stemmed from Jen Shaw. So she put that out there, and then people took it and ran with it. So no, it just kind of came with the territory, I think. And I just understood that this was part of my journey, and that was included. And if I feel like, I really honestly believe that you don't go through, things don't happen to you that you can't, like if you can't take it, like always growing up, my grandmother used to always say that you don't go through anything that you cannot bear. So when you're strong enough, you go through some type of trial, some type of change, some type of darkness, like I did, because I was able to get through it, and I was able to handle it, and I was ready. But at the time I didn't know that. But I feel like once I realized that was supposed to happen, everything was supposed to be the way it was, then I was able to let it go. I grew up in Salt Lake City. I was born here, raised here, so I'm used to it. There's not a lot of minorities in Salt Lake City, and my family was the minorities, 1% of minorities in Utah, and that probably was us. My grandmother, my cousins, and so I'm used to it. I feel comfortable in that atmosphere, being the only Black person. It's just something, I went to school, there was no, that's why I moved my son to New York, because I wanted him to be more diverse and see different cultures and different people. And I because I didn't want him to grow up like I did. I grew up with they would play a slave movie in the class, and the whole class would turn around and look at me. So I'm used to that kind of, but the problem with that is that I can feel that energy. It doesn't matter who you are. Like I can feel when it comes at me, and it made me sensitive to it, but I don't mind it. I did it, and I own it, and I do move on, and hopefully they do too. I don't live in regret. And then I think about what I'm doing, and I try not to do it if I'm going to regret it. It just all depends who's on the other side of it and what the situation is. But I feel like if I'm being blunt, the person in front of me I'm being blunt to knows why. They can portray and be, like they're so devastated and hurt, and I'm so mean and fussy and barky, but they know what they did. I have no idea that I'm funny. I still don't believe I'm funny. Like I even watch myself and crack up. I crack up my own self, and I'm like, I don't know where that comes. Like my sister, and I have a sister and 3 brothers. They are hilarious. They're hilarious. They have me in stitches crying. I thought that I didn't get that all my family is funny. I just thought that I was the one. I'm serious. I'm no nonsense. I'm direct. I'm kind of trying to get through life where I need to be, and I want to, live my life in the fullest. And I didn't know that I make people laugh. So I am funny. I don't know that I'm funny, but I am funny. Oh my gosh.